guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tamar from Tamar's Kitchen, and today we are making sushi. So y'all, this is the most tedious thing I've ever done in my life, but let's get into the video. So I started off with my sushi rice. I rinsed it about 3 times, and then I put it in my rice cooker, and then I added, I think I did 3 cups of water to start off, but I used the, technique where you fill it to your first line of your index finger, and that's what I did, and I let it sit for 15 minutes. So while I did that, I started on my sushi zoo, which is what you season the rice with, and I used 1 cup of rice vinegar, and then I did 3 tablespoons of sugar, and then I added some salt. You could do 1 tablespoon of salt. And just let that dissolve. You don't want to boil it though. If you guys could hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get notified every time I post. Okay, so now I'm preparing my shrimp. First, before I even, y'all probably know how to split shrimp already. Let me tell y'all. So I went to the commissary and I bought the shrimp, and they said large. I wasn't even paying attention to look at the bag, but the words were really covering the bag. But these are not large shrimp at all. These are small, and I was so upset because I didn't want to go back to the store. But that was just, it just made me upset. But just dry off your shrimp. So now I have ice cold water. The directions were on the back of the box, so that's just what I used. But I used a tempura batter mixed. And I just got that well combined. Now I brought my oil to about 325, between 325 and 350, and I did it one at a time because you don't want the, and just let it swim in the batter. Well, no, swim in the oil. Y'all know what I mean. And you just cook it for about 1 to 2 minutes. So after I let the rice sit for the 15 minutes, I just turned on my rice cooker and let it do its thing. I just transferred it to a bigger bowl because now we are about to season the rice. So I got this tip from Joshua, which he got this tip from somebody else, but you just use this little spatula and you quickly move it across so that the sushi zoo gets all over the rice. And now you just want to cut it. Usually you should use a wide flat bowl, but of course I don't have that because I've never made sushi before, so just use the bigger bowl. And then once you're done with that, you just want to cover it with a damp towel and set it aside. So now I'm making my spicy mayo. I use the, I think, Kewpie mayo, Japanese mayo. And then you can use however much sriracha you want. I like it spicy, but not too spicy. I ended up adding up a little bit more off camera. So now I am cutting my salmon. So of course I use sushi grade salmon. I got it from my local Asian market. It wasn't as fresh as I wanted it to be, but I did not want to drive an hour to Austin to go to a real seafood market. So I just had to do what I do. It didn't taste like anything. Well, it didn't taste fishy, or it didn't taste like it was old or anything. I just didn't like it. I guess I'm used to better quality sushi. So, but it did its job. And you just want to cut on a diagonal so you can get that nice thin slice. This is my first time cutting a fish like this, so if it looked crazy, I'm sorry. I told y'all I wasn't gonna post this video because it was everywhere. And then now I have my red tuna. And this was a little frozen. That's why it looks, well, it wasn't frozen, but my fridge was kind of cold. So that's why it's cutting like that. All right, so now here's the worst part of the video. So I've got my bamboo mat, and then you want to put your seaweed with the shiny, smooth side down. And I just had a little cup of water just so the rice didn't stick to my hands, even though they still did. And you just want to lightly press that and spread it all over. All right, so after that, I had some black toasted sesame seeds and I just sprinkled that on there. And you just want to flip that. I mean, you don't have to flip it if you don't want to, because there's some with the sushi on the outside and there's some with, there's some with the rice on the outside. And then there's some sushi with the rice on the inside. So I just had my cucumber, avocado, and then my little shrimp tempura. Y'all know how it's supposed to just go straight across. You probably get 2 pieces of shrimp. Shaking my head. So then I used some sweet chili sauce. I called this my sweet and spicy roll. And then I added my spicy tuna. And here we go, failed attempt roll number 1. Y'all see? I don't even know why I unrolled it. Like, there's no purpose to me unrolling it. See? Like, you see, I didn't know what I wanted to do. All right, so here's another roll. I recorded basically all the rolls, but they were all so bad that I really can't show y'all. So do the same thing to this roll. And as you can see, I ended up ripping off a part of it because if you saw with the first roll how it was overlapping, so I didn't want that, so I just cut off a little bit. This was the Tamar roll. So I did spicy tuna, shrimp tempura, cucumber, and then I rolled it up. As you can see, it still had a little bit of seaweed, but it's okay. It's okay. And then I topped it with some salmon. And then I topped it with avocado. Alright, so here's one of the ones with the rice on the inside, and I just used this one to cut. But make sure you have a super sharp knife or you're going to mess up your rolls. And then what you also want to do is wipe off the knife every time you make a cut. So I didn't do that right here, but then I realized the rice was getting stuck to it, so I started doing it after the fact. But you want to cut it in the middle and then cut those 2 halves in half. And then you want to cut each of those halves into half again. So you want 8 pieces. I don't know if that made any sense, but you want 8 pieces. So then after I cut it, I just ended up plating it and then adding all of my sauces. I just added my eel sauce, my sweet chili sauce, and my spicy mayo into just a Ziploc bag and made it a piping bag. And then I drizzled it on whatever ones I wanted to. And that's it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you could, please like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that. Y'all know the drill, and have a great rest of your day. Peace.